Well, moving a little bit south down the Las Vegas Strip over to Planet Hollywood and the Backed Theater. That is the venue where Miranda Lambert, the country superstar, where she performs her Las Vegas residency.
Right. So a little clip of this portion of the show has gone viral this week. Everyone is talking about it. Let's listen and hear what Miranda said. She stopped the show and said this.
I'm going to stop right here for a sec, Danny. I'm sorry. These girls are worried about their selfie and not listening to the song. It's pissing me off a little bit. Sorry. Don't like it at all. We're here to hear some country music tonight. I'm singing some country damn music. Shall we start again?
So if you're watching our video podcast, here is one of the pictures in question. And this is from the woman's Instagram account. Her name's Adela. And again, this is one of several. She took a couple alone, and then there are group shots. I don't know why Miranda called it a selfie, because it's a group shot, and then there's someone taking a picture of Adela. So anyway, it wasn't really a selfie. It was, a group shot, and someone was taking the picture. But Perez Hilton, a long time, the OG celebrity blogger, has moved to Las Vegas, lives in Las Vegas. We want to interview Perez for a longer portion of time about so many things in the future. But Perez actually posted a clip of this video, when it first happened, and it went viral. And then all this mainstream media started picking up on it. People were commenting on both sides. And so he got Adela on his podcast.
Yeah, so this is an exclusive Perez Hilton interview. And so we figured, you know what, rather than us talk about it, let's talk to Perez. So we have Perez on the line with all of his insights and exclusive details. Perez, how's it going?
I'm wonderfully busy. Excited to chat with you guys about a topic that I think has resonated with so many people because twofold. One, many folks love going to see shows. And secondly, we could all picture ourselves in that situation. What would we have done differently? How would we have responded? What are our thoughts? So it's a moment in time with a lot of backstory and context that I think has really engaged people. Plus, since that went massively viral, it was reminded to me that Miranda Lambert is somebody who gets a strong reaction out of people. And I don't necessarily think that's fair. When talking about what happened at her show this past weekend, where she reprimanded some women for taking a photo during a slow song, it's just unfortunate, everything. I think the way she expressed herself was unfortunate. The response that I've seen from some people has been unnecessary. Personally, I've tried to be fair and present all sides. For example, I shared a video with more context where it was alleged that, the women in this group were using flash and taking photos for not just a second, but, it was a disruptive, extended moment. And I do believe there is certain concert etiquette, one of which, for me at least, is don't take flash photography.
Yeah.
But having said that, I see both sides. Maybe the flash went off by mistake automatically. Maybe they just handed the phone to a friend and they forgot to turn off the flash. There's so many variables at play. And I ultimately think, though, it's only going to help Miranda Lambert.
Well, I was going to ask you, no press is bad press, right? All of a sudden, we all know Miranda Lambert has a show in Vegas.
Exactly. I'm old school. I really do believe that. And, a lot of the people, like I mentioned, and I wanted to mention that on purpose. A lot of the people that have been expressing very negative feelings are people who probably would never go to a Miranda Lambert show in the first place because they don't like her personality. They're Team Blake Shelton, this, that, or the other. And
Right.
what's interesting is, I don't dislike her. I wouldn't say I'm a fan either, but I went to her show, and a few months ago, I gave it a great review. So, yeah, this moment happened. It was unfortunate. I don't think other artists would respond that way. And I've since learned that she's done this before at other
Yeah.
shows. She just doesn't like photos or video being taken during certain songs, perhaps. If it's a ballad, maybe she's like, pay attention to me now. If it's an up-tempo raucous number, that's when you could take a photo. But if that's going to bother you so much, then, institute the no phone policy that some artists do.
Exactly.
Yeah, or say
speculate.
it before the show or before that song. You know what, guys? I know you all want your pictures. This song's real special to me. Let's immerse in this together. Put the phones down.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion. I would speculate, however, that the powers that be would not let Miranda institute the no phone policy because she's not Garth Brooks and she's not Bruno Mars. When I went to see her, it was a decent amount of people there, but it was far from sold out. And the best, easiest, most organic way to sell tickets is with fans taking photo and video and sharing it on social media. So the powers that be want fans to take photos and videos. They're happy about that. Of course, they would prefer for fans to do it as discreetly and unobtrusively as possible. And I think in this situation, after having spoken to this woman, a few things are apparent. She is a huge asset to Las Vegas in that she's one of those locals that goes to see every show. I asked her what she's got coming up, and she was listing, I'm going to this concert, that comedy show, this fight. She shows up. And I also was just curious because I'm a naturally, curious person. I asked her, did she get her tickets for free? That might change my view of things. But no, she paid for the tickets. She paid for those very expensive VIP upfront tickets.
Yeah.
And just because you did that doesn't mean you can do whatever you want, but just gives more context. And as she explained it to me, it was just all a case of unfortunate timing. She, like maybe a lot of people that go see Miranda Lambert in Vegas, was not a big Miranda fan. She just goes to see almost everything in Vegas. She was familiar with some of her music, but decided that she wanted to get a photo with her friends, and they went to take their photo during the end of this one song. And then as they were taking the photo, the song finished, she said, and then the lights went off and they couldn't get the good photo. So then they waited for the next song to try to get a good photo. And that's when it was the ballad. And that's when Miranda called them out.
Right. And, they were dressed nice. I mean, they put effort in. So you look at it and you're like, oh, it's sweet, kind of, And so, but I knew once I commented under your post when I saw the video, and I just keep getting like, I don't know, I've got like a million alerts from that comment, 200 and whatever, 80 likes. But and I was saying it is, part of the context. So I love that you actually, spoke to her to get kind of her side. And hearing that it was a short window of time and they really just wanted the picture. And I must say, and you probably feel this way too, when you go to these concerts, they are right about sometimes it's hard to get a picture of the artist depending on the lighting on stage and if they felt like this is our one moment.
Especially because the way that the Miranda show is, there's the main stage and then the B stage or satellite stage. And, you as a VVIP want to take advantage of those moments where she's super close to you. I wasn't there. I didn't get to see the women. But like I said, to play devil's advocate or give all sides of the picture, there were some people who claim that the women were being disruptive and obnoxious. I'm not sure. If that's the case, then I would have thought that security would have intervened before Miranda would have even. Or isn't that security's job? That is security's job. That's not Miranda Lambert's job to do that. And how she did it, it just left a bad taste in my mouth, you know? And then I saw even more video. It wasn't just her humiliating them in public, scolding them, reprimanding them. Then she the way she moved her hands, it was so pedantic and just looking down upon them. Like, some of her friends left. She told me she decided to stay, but was in a really bad mood after it all happened. And understandably, I don't think I would have stayed.
I know you, Perez. You wouldn't have stayed.
No, I would have not stayed at all.
You would
you
never
have stayed, Dana?
I don't. Probably not. Probably not. I don't think I would have stayed. It would have been.
What about you, Sean?
No, I would have left.
Well,
I would have said, you know what? If you don't want me to, if you're not going to respect me, and listen, here's my thing. From what I have seen of the incident, it didn't seem like those women were intentionally trying to be disrespectful to Miranda. If they were, we've had all these incidents of people throwing items at artists. I mean, they weren't throwing anything. I can see how a flash would be disruptive. I totally understand that, there should not be flash photography during a show like that, any production, because it is distracting. But, a picture is not
were they
super
drunk?
disrespectful.
Were they being loud? I don't think they were being drunk and loud. It wasn't that situation. And also, even if she would have gotten the tickets for free, I went to see Miranda and I didn't pay. I was the guest of somebody, and my time is valuable. If I chose to be at your show, that says something. And it is what it is, but I don't think it'll hurt ticket sales. I think it'll only help.
I wonder. Yeah, because Sean and I were saying, like you were saying at Carrie Underwood, she kind of had a fun moment. And I was thinking about other artists. They might be like, you know what, you guys, stop. They might have fun with it. I could see oh gosh, and I know Gwen Stefani's a bad example because of Miranda, but I'm just thinking, Gwen would probably be like, these girls want a picture, you know what I mean? I'm just going to come to the end of the stage. Why don't we take this? Let's do it. And then let's move on with the song so we can all, would have had a little bit more fun with it. And I even think if Miranda would have said, I love y'all. I'm glad you're here. I love that you want pictures, but I want everyone to be involved in this one. I'm going to pause and start over. You're right. It was just handled in the wrong way. It
was the way that it was. Yes. Yeah. It was completely in the way that it was handled. I mean, she could have easily said, ladies, I know you want that picture. I'll scoot down to the end of the stage in just a few minutes. But like Dana just said, let's all be in this song together right now.
Yeah.
Which, that's a nice way of doing it. You don't need to be nasty to the people who are paying to come and support you.
And if it were an outdoor concert, would have been a totally different ball game.
And like I said earlier, you should be thanking these people on multiple fronts. I don't know about you guys, but I went to go see Taylor Swift in concert, but I keep seeing her show all over my socials.
Oh my gosh, every day.
And if her show was struggling to sell, which it's not, it's sold out in stadiums across the world, that footage really would help give people this sense of FOMO and make sure that, I got to get my tickets. I got to go see it then,
Mm-hmm.
But, hopefully other artists see this, or hopefully the people behind the Miranda show see this and say, well, let's think about a solution for the future going forward so we don't have another incident like this.
Yeah.
There's lots of different scenarios that could be played out that don't even involve locking in your phone. There could be an announcement that's made, no flash photography, or even she might, Garth Brooks, he doesn't allow anything during his phone. And I wish he would, at least just for one song.
Well, I know. You and I talked about that because you asked, Sean and I went, and I said, I kind of liked putting my phone away. You were like, but you would want something. Yeah.
And I feel like if people were given that ability, right, keep your phone locked up until the last two songs even. I feel like most of the people there, like 95%, would respect that. And then for the last two songs, they take out their phone. And that'd be great. It's like the best of both worlds. For 95% of the show, you have no phones. And then for the last two songs, people get to have their moment that they want to remember forever. And not even, and also, it's not even about remembering the moment forever. The main reason people capture photo and video at shows is to make their friends and family and coworkers jealous. Like, to me, I'm here. It's not about them remembering the moment forever. It's to make other people jealous. Let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah, I mean, that is funny. That's true. That's true. And I am going to point out that Sean and I did go to Miranda Lambert as well on the media night and saw the show. I had never, ever seen her perform before, didn't know a lot of her music. And I thought, she was talented and it was a good show. Felt a little bit more like a concert than a Vegas show to me. But I thought, you know what? It was packed. These people love Miranda. They're here to just, watch her play and listen to her sing and love her music, and it is what it is. But I think you're right. This might help ticket sales unless the fans are angry enough to say, I'm turning in my Miranda tickets, I'm not going. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I have a friend going tomorrow night, so she'll let me know.
Yeah, I don't think so, because the country music fans that are buying tickets, for the average casual concert goer that maybe swayed and bought tickets the day of, perhaps, but I feel like the majority of her ticket sales are her real fans and people in country music. And those folks, at this point in her career, they know who she is, what she's all about. They love the music enough. And even if they may not like this or that or the other about whatever, they'll probably still go to the show anyways, because after a certain point where you become this legacy artist, the songs aren't even about the artist anymore. It's about you and your relationship to the songs and your memories that you made over the decades with the music. So, like, perfect example, Britney Spears. That Vegas show of Britney Spears was incredibly successful, and people bought tickets knowing she wasn't at 100%. Knowing that she was lip syncing and knowing that she was kind of just going through the motions, and yet they still went and had a great time because the songs and the memories and the experiences were more about them than they were even about Britney.
Yeah. They wanted that pic with Britney in the background.
They did. Exactly.
Sean got called up on stage, didn't you, for the Britney show?
I did.
You were one of the ones?
Put in the harness and walked on a leash.
Yeah.
I did that as well.
We need a side-by-side.
One of my proudest moments. No, I mean, who knows? Maybe Miranda's creating a new genre of live performance here. There's those restaurants where your server insults you and is rude to you. Maybe this is that kind of show.
Oh my gosh. Perez, how can we listen to the interview with you and Adela? We go to your Patreon?
Yes, patreon.com/Perez Hilton.
And you're enjoying doing that, right? You're doing like breaking news updates now, right?
Yeah, it's podcasting, as I'm sure you've heard. You've been doing it. Is incredibly difficult to monetize. Let's call it. I like to be honest. Yep. So we've been doing our show, PerezPodcast.com, for 8 years, and we have a very loyal audience. And obviously not everybody's signed up for the Patreon, but people that have been enjoying us for years want to support, and it's been awesome. It's far exceeded our expectations of signups, so we're so thankful for everybody, and it really motivates us to work even harder and do more to make sure that we're really keeping our supporters happy. So that's where I put up that interview, and maybe tonight or later or tomorrow I might post the video elsewhere, but for the majority of the day, the exclusive was on my Patreon, or will be, or has been. So yeah, good. Check that out, or just check out PerezPodcast.com.
Well, we want to have a longer chat with you at some point. We've been waiting because us too, we're working on, doing more video and stuff like that. And we're like, we have so many things to discuss with you. We love that you moved to Las Vegas. I just want to ask real quick before we go, are you enjoying living in Las Vegas?
I am. I love it. I don't even mind the heat in the summer. We would rather live in a place with extreme heat than extreme cold.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to
And
say,
also-
I like how you ask that at a time when we're like 120 degrees. How do you like
Yeah.
living here, Perez?
It's great.
And also, you can just stay indoors when it's that hot.
Exactly.
Or I find the heat healing.
Yeah.
Like there's something really healing. Like I like when it's that hot. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to want to be outside for long periods of time. You know, I felt like I was dying during the 4th of July parade because I was, even though we were under a tent, like we were at the beginning of the tent, so the heat was still, the sun was direct.
Right.
But I like every morning, I just like going out and sitting out and working outside for a little bit. Like I just love Vegas, and I love the people. The people who make Vegas great.
Yeah. I agree. And we moved here, so long ago, and I thought I was coming in for 2 years and I never left. So I'm glad you moved here. And we definitely want to talk to you more about family activities and kids activities. I know you do a lot of things with the kids, and we've had a couple of people write us and say, I want to hear what we can do with our family. So we're like, okay, we got to ask Perez all about that. You've been having fun with the fam. I know that.
Yes. Well, we'll chat all about it when we do a bigger thing.
All right. But we had to call you up to talk about this because I know you've been on it since the beginning.
Well, thank you. All right. Well, it was great chatting, and I'll see you guys soon.
All right, Perez. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Of course. Bye.